Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ampersand podcast. This is the beginning of season 2, y'all. I might change the colors on the font, but if I don't, just read. It's season 2, motherfuckers. All right. This is the Ampersand podcast where two things are true at once and where we examine the ampersands in every situation and circumstance. Now, if you are just coming in on this first episode of the second season and you're like, what the hell is an ampersand? An advark? What are you talking about? Ampersands is that little and sign that indicates and. Like, it's the abbreviated version of the letter A and D. And. And on today's episode, it's very special because I'm not alone today. Y'all will not just hear my beautiful voice. You're going to hear the voice of one of my very special friends. She's my cousin, y'all. Daphne Joy. Okay? Her name is not O'Shea because she got married. She's married to Christ. And Christ is the joy of the Lord is our strength. Hey, come on now. And that's what it is. Daphne Joy. We call her DJ over here, y'all. And she will be a regular recurring guest every now and then.
Oh, God. Hi, Aubrey.
Hi, Daphne.
How are you?
How you doing? Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, this should be fun.
Yes, it should be fun. And today we are drinking, this podcast today is sponsored in part by Grey Goose vodka, distilled and bottled in France, imported, okay? With a little pineapple juice. Mm-hmm. It's good, y'all. So good. If we get off track, forgive us, okay? Forgive us.
Yes, boys.
Okay,
yes.
And Daphne can sing too. And she might give us a little tune at the end, a little A-B, a little A selection, no?
We'll see.
You're going to sing.
Okay.
So you might be like, okay, nigga, why do you have somebody else on here? We don't want to hear nobody else. I know you fucking lying. No. I needed her to be here to give us a different perspective on a topic that I didn't feel justified to cover just solely on my own. I want to talk today about... I want to talk today about gender roles, and especially gender roles when it comes to money and finances and splitting things down the middle. There are a myriad of stories that I will bring to you today, and this is all really the catalyst from a conversation online from Glorilla, if I'm not mistaken, because she talked about being with a man and splitting things down the middle. Am I right?
Yeah, but she also has a song, too. We'll get into that, but it's just a lot of music that women put out nowadays about getting the money, getting a bag, getting a Birkin, getting what you can from a man financially. So, yeah, I really want to dive into that.
Okay, let's dive in. Okay, and I need you to dive in closer to that mic.
Okay. Am I close enough?
I think so.
Okay, I hope so.
Do you hear? I sing really more like he.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
But just don't holler. Okay, so let's start off from I like to give y'all the facts first. So we're going to start by telling y'all what a gender norm is defined as. So gender roles are the product of the interactions between individuals and their environments. And they give individuals cues about what sort of behavior is believed to be appropriate for what sex. So when we talk about gender and sex, those are two different things. Sex refers to our biology, female and male. Gender refers to our society, how we put things in each box. Boys, girls, skirts, pants, all of those things. Those are the roles that we're talking about today. So don't get us conflated with sex today. We're solely talking about gender. And there's a lot of intersections between the two as it is, especially when you even bring in race and whatever.
Yeah.
So, since that is a definition, y'all my throat. Since that's a definition, we're going to talk about it today. So, what do you feel about gender roles? Like, if you date a man, do you expect for him to take care of you? Because I know some women look down on other women if they accept men who split the bills halfway.
Yeah, and I think this whole take care of me aspect is very interesting. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like my take on it is probably because just of my generation. Like now the girls are like, oh, he needs to pay for my hair. He needs to pay for my nails. He needs to pay hell, my car note, my rent, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I didn't come up like that. And, I grew up on the music where it was always talking about being independent. And now it's like, girl, what they say, get the bread, get the head, and leave, or whatever the girls are saying nowadays. But so for me personally, I don't feel like a man that I'm dating should take care of me. Now, it is nice for a guy to take me out or to pay for certain things, yes, but it's not, I don't expect for a man to pay my rent. I almost kind of look at you sideways. We just meet and you talking about paying my rent. Like, what the hell do you want from me in return?
Yo, because that's the thing, because so many relationships are solely transactional these days. And to be honest, maybe they always have been transactional. They have always been transactional when you think about it, especially when you look at the oppression, because women just got the right to vote not that long ago.
True.
That happened just before I think we were freed with civil rights. God damn it.
True.
So it's a lot. There's a thing called like dependence, codependence, and then there's something called interdependent. And interdependent is when two or more people or things are dependent on each other, and that means like when you share the load, and that means when you're vulnerable enough to say, I need help, and you let that person help you. So I'm trying to be more of a mix between somebody depending on me. Well, I don't know. Because if I'm the guy, I don't want to pay all of the bills. But if I got it, I'm going to pay all the bills.
But I also feel like paying all the bills, once we get to that point, I'm married to you. Like,
yeah, that's true too.
I feel like we're doing, for me, I feel like we're doing a lot of like, marriage shit in a relationship.
That's very true.
For me.
That's right. Why are we even having these conversations?
And then you just dating me.
That's true.
Why are you paying for all? And again, now, as a man, if you're dating me and you have it, then yeah, you can do a little more for me. But at the same time, I still don't expect for a man that I'm dating to pay my rent, to pay my car note, to pay for all of my flights and all of my trips. And I don't ever ask a man of something I can't do for myself.
Do you expect him to be able to do that though?
To what extent?
To like say, because we just gonna keep it 100. Like nothing is ever 100% on either or side, because somebody gets sick, somebody's gonna it's gonna be 70-30 some days. I've seen it in my own household. My dad was like the sole provider in the majority of my parents' relationship, but he got sick and my mom had to take care of everything. And in the beginning, when he was formulating his own business, she was kind of bearing the load of everything. And when she got sick, he had to take care of it. So it's always this vacillating thing of, you really just need to know if the person that you're with will take care of you, or if will be able to, or have the will to take care of you.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, even before we get into finances, like, I just want you to take care of my heart. Like, I want you to be somebody that I can trust. I want to have, I want to be able to trust the conversations that I have with you. I want you to pour into me in other ways outside of finances. Like, that's kind of the secondary thing for me, because I take care of myself. So I'm not looking for a man to necessarily take care of me, especially a man that I'm dating. But what can you do for me emotionally? Like, you paying for my rent, but do you know my favorite snack? Like, do you know just like little things about me that maybe no one else knows? And do you know how to take care of my heart? So that's what's really important to me.
That's so, when you say that, that's really so true, because back in the day, a lot of women were financially dependent on their men, so they couldn't even feel the space or the room to even ask those type of questions, because it seemed like elective, it seemed indulgent. Care about my feelings and stuff like that. Now, your husband is taking care of this household, but he sure got a whole house down the street.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
With 3 and 4 kids.
Yeah.
So it's a sacrifice. And do you think some days women may be too independent? Do you think that's a thing?
Yeah.
You do?
Think,
okay.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with being independent, but like, I'm an independent woman who knows that I still would like to have a man, would need a man, would like to have that type of serious relationship. But even I think whoever that guy is that I would like for real seriously date next, even within a relationship, I still have my independence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because I'm with someone, that doesn't diminish my independence. Like, I'm still who I am, and he would have to understand that. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you can be both.
That's true. Okay, so here's another thing. Like, I know somebody who is married, and she's always broke, but her husband always got money, and she feels a type of way about asking her husband for money. So she'll ask her daddy, her mama, her sister, her brother. And I'm just like, why are you asking folks if you got for money when you got a whole husband at the house? So what do you... Finances is a really like touchy topic because it really is like people base their whole self-value on the value of their bank account. Mm-hmm. And I think that is horrible, honestly, because it's always fluctuating.
It does always fluctuate. And like I said, at the core of things, I just want to know your heart. Like, money fluctuates. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. But at the end of the day, I just want to know your heart. And I want to know your intentions. If a man is approaching me and he wants to pay my rent, like, what's your motivate? Like, what's your MO for real?
It's really control more than likely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and you probably got all type of women.
That's
true. If
you
got that type of money, you not... I can't say you're not just paying for me, but you probably doing a whole bunch of stuff because you got the money to do it.
That's true.
So I don't know.
Now, you know, some people would give up fidelity for financial security.
I agree.
Because I know I would. Babe, you pay my bills, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you want to pay for me? I don't give a fuck. You better put that condom on. God damn it, but I don't give a damn. I be laying up in my penthouse going to the mall. No, for real shit.
No, I couldn't do that.
You couldn't do that.
No.
It wouldn't be a price tag to be like, okay.
And I guess maybe because too, again, I take care of myself.
That's true. But I mean, that's abundance.
What do you mean?
What if you could make your paycheck? You could quit your whole job, and Adam Wobbly said that he would take care of you.
But also taking care of the women. Like, what kind of woman you think?
But you could probably have a little boyfriend on the side if you wanted to.
I don't have the emotional bandwidth to do that. Like, to me, if I were doing that, my money would be cut short. Because emotionally, I would be tied into... So I can't have a boyfriend and a boyfriend here and a boyfriend there and a penthouse here because he's paying for it. I can't...
That is confusion.
I just want freedom.
I feel you.
I just want freedom. I just want emotional
freedom. That's so true. And
yeah.
if your money is tied to an individual, you are never free.
No.
Those are shackles.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we're trying to get out here and make it on our own.
Well, and that's the thing, too. I just feel like a lot of these conversations need to be had, for me, within a marriage.
Yeah,
like,
true. I think before the marriage.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't trust their spouses. That's why they don't ask for money or ask for help. Like, there's no... From what I saw growing up, my dad gave my mom money. And I never saw my mama asking him for, like, permission to really do much. She just did what the hell she wanted to do, and he supported her. And if she was broke, he was broke. They both was broke together. It was never no, I got it, but I hope you all right. Like, there's never... from a man's point of view, I never want my girl to suffer. I never want my nigga to suffer. Like, baby, you hungry? Why are you hungry? If you don't... I got $20 here. Go get something to eat.
Right.
I just think I think you should be interdependent to where somebody you can lean on one another. Because what is the point of being in a relationship if you can't lean on one another?
That's true.
What the hell? Why are y'all together? My thing too is, I don't know. My mom says if you living with a man and y'all splitting the rent 50-50 and that's your husband or whatever, y'all not married, y'all roommates.
Really?
And I'm just like, yeah, what?
Really?
Yes, that's how she feels.
I can see that. I mean, I can understand that perspective.
But she also listens to Kevin Samuels a lot, too.
I hate he's gone. I still can't believe he's gone. I'm sorry. That was the most random thing. Kevin is gone.
Kevin is gone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean...
You said she listened to Kevin Samuels.
Yes, she did. And a lot of the things that he said resonated with her. And there's another YouTuber that she listens to. Her name is Janice Hilton. And she speaks a lot of stuff. She's heavy on the gender norms because she's very Bible based. And when you base your whole romantic relationship, nah.
What?
Daphne is saved. So I don't understand that groan. That wasn't a groaning of the spirit.
No, I get that too. I get all of that. The biblical foundation for like that's a whole nother conversation.
That really is.
That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I can understand that.
You can understand it?
Yeah.
So I have a question. Have you ever asked a man out on a date?
No.
Why not?
Just that's not my style. I have a certain way that I do things.
Okay.
But I definitely have never asked a guy out on a date.
Is it because of gender norms? Do you feel like women shouldn't do that?
Well, I can't speak to all women, but just for me and my household.
Me and mine?
Me and my house. Like, no, I've never. It's just not my thing. Like, I have a certain way that I do things.
How do you think women are perceived if they ask a man out on a date?
Depending on the man. Some men may be cool with it. Like, oh, okay, this is cool. But sometimes men can really like take it the wrong way, or like, oh, it boosts their ego in like a negative way.
Gotcha.
Oh, she hollering at me. Like, oh, let me see what's going on. Hey, wait a minute, your voice is all deep. Like, lighten up, sir. Like, lighten up.
Okay, so I asked that because if a woman asks a man out on a date, should she be the one to pay the bill?
Ooh. I would. If I asked a man out, I would.
You would?
Yeah, I mean, but I don't mind paying for dates anyway. I don't mind paying for a man. Not all the time, but like especially if we're dating, I don't expect for every single meal for you to get. And then I like treating my man.
Okay, gotcha.
That's like my thing.
I get that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because, some men will never allow a woman to pay for him.
That's true.
And that's I think that's an ego thing. It does feel weird, though, sometimes to have women pay for you.
Why?
The gender role thing, it feels like you changing my diaper or something like that.
Why would it feel that intense?
Because it just be too much.
Because a woman pays for a meal?
Yeah, and I feel like, damn, I'm eating your food.
That is so... Wait a minute, but you would allow... So you wouldn't... Okay, so a woman, if she pays for your food, then it's like, okay, she's changing your diaper. But if she buys food and tells you to come over and she cooks for you, why is that different? It's still money out of her pocket.
Because nobody saw her take the debit card out of her purse and swipe that bitch.
But you knew it was taken out.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my
No, this is what we're here for. But nobody saw that. And they were like, not paying for his fucking food.
Oh my.
You a bum.
Oh
no, I'm just playing.
Gosh. What about for your birthday? Can she not?
That's fine.
Why is it that deep? Why is your voice getting deep?
I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
God.
Daphne took me out for my birthday.
Oh.
And she bought me something to eat. And I was like, thank you. But God, if I could have got back there and dropped the fish that she bought, I would have been better.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a thing. I don't know. I like being, I feel like as a man, gender, I like being a provider. I really do. It's just maybe it's wrapped up in ego, but I really don't like I like being the one to do it. That's weird though. But it's also I've really tried hard to get out of that and let people do things for you and treat you and love you. It's something that I forcibly have to do.
Well, yeah, because I feel like you give it, especially a woman with a little season to it. I mean, she don't want to treat you so she gonna take that.
That's true. But baby, let's go at night and sit all the way in the back and give me the car. So
okay, but even so even outside of taking you out, what about gifts or her doing other shit for you?
Okay, I don't mind that. I don't mind gifts and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just hard for me to accept things. I don't know why.
But that's a deeper issue.
It is a deeper issue.
Okay.
It is very much so. And I think it's comes down to a control thing. I don't ever want to feel I guess I ain't never really thought about it until now, but I never want to feel like somebody can control me or any type of way. I think that goes back down to my trauma.
And maybe you feel like you can't really trust a person. I don't know, you may feel like if they're giving me this stuff, then I can't explain it. You may owe them something or...
It's a feeling sometimes of incompetency, of being lesser than sometimes. That is something that is ingrained in the psyche of men.
Okay.
All men don't feel all males don't feel like that, but a lot of men feel like that. I ain't gonna hold you.
But you know what? I have that same kind of. I can identify with that feeling. I don't know.
Where is that? That's what I'm talking about, the intersectionality of it all, because there are a lot of women that have that same like psychology about it, but why? Have they been molded to go through life as men? Have they been made to carry certain burdens that they may not have had to carry in the past? Because there's a really tangible thing that you feel when somebody swipes their debit card for you. Be like, ugh, child, don't pay for me. I got it.
No, and I think too, it's just not wanting to be a burden on people.
Like, yeah.
This, even if you're not a burden, like, and especially if you're always the person that kind of takes the brunt of things, you don't want other people to feel that, and so you don't want. I don't want to be a burden on anybody.
Yes. Like, I remember being at the mall with my cousin back in the day, like when they had, that FYE store that you still see. I remember that store for some. Either we was out of FYE or Sam Goody. It was one of them.
Oh, those are throwbacks. Okay.
Them CDs was expensive. I'm like,
sure were $18.99.
$18.99. Baby, I go see them in concert. Fuck that. But I remember being out there and my cousin wanted to get me and my brother something. And I was scolding my brother. I was like, he asked, what do you want? And my brother just piped up and said, ah, da, da, da. And I was scolding him. I was like, don't ask for stuff like that because you're not supposed to do that. Da, 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 da. And my cousin reprimanded me. He was like, don't tell your brother not to ask for what he wants. I asked you exactly what do you want? Make your request known, and you can get it. But I think that thought process has always been with me, and it's really disabled me in a lot of ways. Like even in my business, asking for the raise, like that is ingrained in my consciousness to not ask for anything, to shrink myself, to not seem. Where does that come from? I need to go to therapy.
Well, I think too it comes from like disappointment because when I would ask, because I don't ask, so when I do ask, like people don't meet that mark. It's like shit, I want to ask some more. Yeah. I just do it myself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Don't take nothing from nobody. Damn, that's crazy. That is something else. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the gay world and the gender norms that we have going on. You would think that everything with guys would be like, oh, bro, you got it. Oh, you got it. I got it. It ain't. If you are a bottom, somebody that receives the D, and more feminine, baby, they want you to take them out. They want you to wine and dine.
Wait, they want them to wine and dine them.
They want to be wined and dined.
The bottom wants to be wined and dined? Really?
Yes, they do. They want to be wined, dined.
Really?
And then dig down.
Do you feel like that's fair?
No.
Why?
Because, like, we niggas.
Okay.
You got a dick, and your dick probably bigger than mine.
But still, okay, well, with that being said, if they feel that way, do you feel like it's because of their sexual their positioning, literally?
Their gender, what they identify as, the expression of their masculinity or their femininity. If you are more feminine, they kind of say, oh, you're more on the female side, so I need to treat you more like a female. Even men call, we're just gonna keep it real, this the Ampersand. Even when tops are like fucking bottoms, they call the booty a pussy, and I cringe.
Really?
Yes, they do.
That's my first time hearing that.
Wow, that's gross.
Why do you think that is?
Because they, I don't even have the vocabulary to describe.
Really? Do you feel like it's because it may be considered a feminine act?
No, it's because I think it's a way of, I really cannot tell you right now. I would have to like really sit and write it out to where I can say it. Because the thoughts are not at the top of my dome right now, but it's got something to do with gender norms. Like, a man feels more masculine fucking another man, even though it's still gay sex. But you calling it a pussy, like, it's not. And I know a lot of bottoms that are turned off by that shit, but a lot of bottoms would be like, fuck my pussy. And I'm just like,
That's
you don't have one.
interesting. But at the same time, like I've heard, I don't know where this was, but I heard like I don't know, just this whole concept of like you need to wine and dine me because I'm a bottom. Like some men are like, I only do this shit on special occasions. Like it's a lot to prepare for. So they feel like, nigga, if I'm a bottom for you, I'm gonna need you to treat me right.
No, it does not boil down to the day we finna fuck. It doesn't boil down to that. It boils down to how you show up in this world. If you are more feminine presenting, those are the type of dudes that really want to be treated like a lady.
Okay.
You know, and I really feel like that calling people fish and pussy and stuff like that, those are like, that's vernacular slang from drag queen eras and stuff like that, and how they identify feminine presenting men. And so it might have carried on into the bedroom. Fuck my pussy and da-da-da-da-da. And then the masculine men pick that shit up and it continues. But it's really like, in a way, is it derogatory? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. It's weird to me. I've never liked that. I don't talk when I'm getting it in. No way. It's weird.
It's just quiet.
Baby, I'm taking care of business. Why we gotta do all this talking?
Oh my gosh.
One time somebody asked me to make some noise, and I was like,
wait a minute.
Oh.
Like you at a concert. Make some noise.
Get loud. Baby. It was horrible.
Please.
It was bad.
Aubrey.
I couldn't do it.
Aubrey.
But you know, when you getting it in, when you're knocking out the part, you ain't gotta make no noise. They doing the noise making.
Some noise like you had a concert.
Gotta make no noise. Baby, they want you to be talking and talking dirty and stuff. I don't have the vocabulary for talking dirty. I don't want to do it.
Oh my God.
I just don't. It does not serve me.
That is so funny to me.
It don't. Do you talk when you getting it in?
Look, y'all, he told y'all I was saved. I'm saved. I don't know the bathroom.
Baby, you probably be talking all damn day. I don't mind being coached too, baby. Coach me, tell me what's going on.
No, but if you don't want no talking, you probably don't want that.
It's not that I don't want talking, period. I don't have anything to say.
Okay.
I just don't have nothing to say. Like, I'm concentrating.
Ain't no music about to play in the background?
It might be some.
Is this y'all in air?
Not fucking in air. No, I mean, well, I don't know. I just don't like saying anything because I don't know. I will, and don't ask me no questions because I have fucked around and said, huh? And
what?
What?
That's pure
I have.
comedy.
And they repeated it too, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know what to. I was like, just shut up.
How did we get here?
Just tell me what you want me to do.
Oh, not tell me what you wanted. I'll do it. Listen to me. That's okay. Go ahead.
But those gender norms are something that is really causing a lot of division in the gay community. People have whole debates and whole discussions on gender norms within gay relationships.
So who pays all the bills? That's
the question. Usually, a lot of guys. Well, you know, they say black gay men are the least educated men. Really? Yes, out of the demographic. Yeah, and I'm like, what?
Really?
So when you usually highly educated gay black men do not find their comparable partner, so they kind of date down. Yeah. And so when they do meet somebody, usually that guy cannot foot all the bills, and 50-50 is a stretch. So, you know.
That's interesting.
And it's true. And when you look at the surroundings, baby, it is not too far off. So, I don't know. So sometimes, like, you know, honestly, usually people who bottom usually are the ones footing the bills. Because for some reason, they make more money. I don't understand that. They used to be bringing in these bums that got good dick and no place to stay. I just don't get it. That's true. A lot of black gay men, feminine presenting gay men, deal with the same shit that black women deal with.
Really?
Yes.
In what way?
Because they're the common variable. The common denominator, black men. Black men with trauma. And some of the black men y'all dating down low. So you dating a gay black man, so you got trauma on top of trauma, and he down low. And some of the black men that gay men are dating are down low too. So y'all sharing the same trauma, and wondering why can't nobody get ahead.
Yeah, that is very true.
Gender norms are killing us. They're making men contort into these type of presentations that do not honor the soul. And that's why they do all these destructive things. It's crazy.
Well, how does that play out as far as like regular duties in the house? You know, because people will say, "Oh, well, typically women do most of the cleaning or the washing or all this type of stuff, and the men cut the yards." And because I ain't going down the yard, right? Not cutting anything. So, what does that look like with two men?
I think sometimes the more femme-presenting man does those chores. Sometimes because they were, I don't want to say indoctrinated or indoctrinated. Sometimes because they were like made to do those type of things growing up. It's weird. I can't really explain it. We need another gay man.
But what if you have two like masculine gay men? And what the hell do we do now?
Oh yeah. So in that case, usually they just split it, or the more clean guy does the work.
Ooh, that's another topic. Cause
what?
No, a lot of y'all not the clean.
That ain't the truth.
Yeah, according to who?
According to me, I'm kind of clean.
Okay.
I ain't really met no dirty niggas. Well,
you sure?
Yeah, gay men are not that dirty as a lot of straight men. So I don't know what y'all be doing.
Okay, no, that's fair. No, that is fair.
And gay men floss more often than straight men.
That is.
How do you deal with straight men? How are you even navigating the dating scene and the gender norms?
I navigated with discernment, meaning I ain't trying to just be in anybody's face. I ain't trying to have just anybody in my space, and those that are, I just kind of take my time. I ain't trying to just be dealing with somebody just to be dealing with somebody. And the older you get, the more your expectations start to, I ain't trying to just do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I get it. All in all, when it comes to the 50-50 debate, I know going into a relationship, that's not that should be an option. Will it be? I don't know. Because sometimes you come in with different economic, factors involved. Some people are disabled, can't do everything they want to do, mentally and physically. And is love enough to really sustain a relationship? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. And if you have certain issues, is it fair for you to date someone? Especially, we not in high school no more. So is it fair if you ain't got your money together? Is it fair to really pursue somebody?
Yo, that's so true. Because when I don't have my money together, I ain't trying to have a relationship with nobody. I'm still trying to figure out the relationship with me in my bank account. So there is no space for you. But when I do have more, income and I can do what I want to do, I'm like, oh, who can I share this with? It makes you want to branch out and bring people in. But I don't understand the concept of being broke and want to be in love. I just don't get that. Baby, you need some
broken
coins.
in love. Unless maybe both of those people are on the same page, which I still don't get that. Maybe they both are kind of in an interesting situation financially. I don't know.
So two broke motherfuckers?
It happens.
That is true too. I don't want to be broke together. That seems struggly.
Well, and then too, just going back to your whole point of accepting things from someone, and I want to say maybe when you fully trust that person, you'll be more trusting of their gifts.
What do you mean?
You'll know their motive. It'll take me some time to get to know a guy to know that, oh, if he buys me something, it's not because he got some crazy motive. It's just because he really cares. But you can't trust people's hearts these days. You don't really know what their motive is. And I don't ever want you to think you have control over me because it's something you bought me.
That's true. Ugh. Some women feel like the only thing I can't control in this relationship is knowing how much money you making and if I'm going to be provided for. Because there's one woman referencing Janice Hilton again. Y'all check her out if you can. I ain't spelling the name. Figure it out. She says that when she met her husband, she knew exactly what she wanted. She had a child out of like when she was 16 or something like that. Didn't work out with the first one, so she had a male mentor that gave her the ropes on these men, and he was like, "You need this, this, and this." And she said, "If a guy comes in, I need to see your W-2s. I need to really see how much you make. I need to know that you are educated. I need to know that you have good teeth in your mouth, good head on your shoulders, all of these things." And she is actually in a loving relationship with a man who really takes care of her. And she has her own job and gets her own income, but he provides. And she's like, that's how it is. And a portion of me is not mad at that because women suffer so much in so many other areas. Why not have a man that's financially able to sustain your life, your livelihood, and then you put money on the side and he takes care of you in life and in death? I would be mad at that. If I was a woman, I would be playing my cards way different. Like, nigga, you got to be making some type of income that can, accentuate my lifestyle. If not, I don't need you here. I can feel good on my own, baby. I can buy me a little rose, give me a little puppy, and get all the love I need.
In this rose,
I'm telling you, that's what I'm talking about. Cause ain't no way.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Cause y'all got to deal with so much. You mean to tell me I got to deal with all the foolishness of a relationship and you broke?
No, that's the thing, yeah. And that's where I don't think you should step into pursuing someone, especially pursuing someone that kind of has their shit together. If you not, what are you bringing to the table? Does that sound
You
wrong?
mean like a man pursuing a woman who has her stuff together?
And he doesn't have his together.
Ooh,
but just because he has, I think the main thing for me, it would just take some time. I don't want right off the bat you buying me all this stuff and again, I never request anything of a man I can't do for myself.
I know that's
I'll
right.
never tell you to take me on a trip that I can't go on myself.
I know that's right. Come
and
on,
you'll
man.
never take me on a trip that if shit goes left, I can't fly back on my own dime. So,
that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, so I just want to see your motives and your heart before you start buying me stuff. Like, what does that even mean? You bought me something. You bought me a purse. Okay.
You're right.
What does that mean?
That makes so much sense.
Like, you don't even know me. You don't even know my heart. You don't know what makes me tick. You don't know, you don't know my triggers.
So would you marry a guy for, do you believe in marrying for potential? Yes or no?
No.
Why not?
Well, first of all, everyone has potential. So that's kind of like this. Oh my God, you have to, what does that mean?
You know what the hell.
No, I don't, because everybody has potential. So why would I marry you for everything?
Okay, so you marry a guy that might be down on his luck, maybe be broke, and you be like, I see this guy's heart. I feel like he has potential. Would you marry that guy? If he was just saying the whole 9 yards, like, we gonna have this, we gonna build this, and you like, oh, okay, I believe it. Would you marry that guy? Say it in the mic.
I don't know. It just depends. But we kind of old to be married. Potential. Jesus.
Look,
I'd really have to hear from God, like, no, this is your husband. I'm like, really? Yes. Okay. Let me. Potential? And how bad are you? Why are you down on your luck? Those are important questions. Like, why are you down on your luck? And how long have you been down on your luck? And what are you planning to do to change this within the next 90 days?
Ooh. And the nigga be like, I might be down on my luck, but I ain't down on my faith, baby. You gotta believe in me. Baby, come on, baby, come get some cash.
Listen, and most of those niggas are so toxic. They are the most toxic.
I must be toxic because that came straight off the top of my head.
You are not toxic.
I have a little seasoning of toxic.
No, you do not.
That's somebody who's dating.
No, you do not.
That's my concubine.
Okay,
That nigga's toxic.
What's your toxic trait? And I'll tell you mine. I think I have.
My toxic trait is... I think my toxic trait is moving on so fast from people and really but I really feel like also that's a blessing and a curse because I'm talking to somebody now. We spent like a night together, but I know I don't really like this person. But I'm like, is that my toxicity talking? Like, just want to get out of the way? or should I just give this another chance? Because there was a couple like things that I didn't like, and I'm just like, maybe I should give this another chance because he seems to really like me, but I'm just like, I don't know.
First of all, you know if you like somebody. If you don't like them, like it doesn't take me long to like somebody. Like
That's true.
I don't have to grow on you.
But you know, the people that I have these like little icks about, they lean into me, and I'm just like, I need to lean into the loving space. And usually, people that I'm really drawn to, they lean away from me. So I'm just like, let's see, because the first time I met this person, his breath was a little bad.
Now you know
I don't
how
know
we feel about that. We don't do that.
My Lord,
we don't do that.
Look, but you know, I can make concessions for because you know, I think he said that he hadn't eaten anything all day. I was like, okay, your mouth is a little dry, and then he's on like, Lord, if he ever hears.
I don't ever have bad breath because I haven't eaten, Aubrey. That's crazy. We don't make concessions for that.
But to me, it's not that crazy because I believe there's a thing called like hungry breath. Like if you have not eaten and your stomach is empty. Y'all should have seen this woman's face. Daphne.
No, because I've been around you. I'm sure when you've been hungry, you're not full every time I see you.
I've
never smelled your breath. You know why? Because you take care of your mouth. You take care of your dental hygiene. It's important to you. So we don't make concessions for that. But go ahead.
And okay, so if this person ever sees this, which I pray to God, you don't. Yeah. But the thing is, he was on blood thinner medicine, and he's got like Invisalign. What are you looking at the window?
I'm just
he got Invisalign, and his gums were bleeding too. And I was like, I hope that don't have like nothing to do with like periodontal disease. But he said it's because he be it's I don't know.
I know you don't.
But it wasn't the fresh. I said, boy, was hell. I said, and I was looking it up. I said, does blood thinner medication make your mouth dry and stuff like?
Not you trying to
research.
They said it did.
They said it did.
No, because honestly, I think you and I both are really big, like on
oral hygiene, yes,
teeth, and I can't. That right there, that's a deal breaker for me.
And it was a soft stink too. You know how things be soft and it didn't punch you in the face. It just kind of choked you a little bit, wrapped it. I don't know. It wasn't good.
Terrible.
But it was like soft, so it wasn't all the. I don't know.
I'm about to take off running. I mean,
he started drinking a little bit. I kissed him, but I didn't smell it when I kissed him. I was like, he's just hungry.
And see, people like that would have a wet kiss. Remember me telling you about that? A wet mouth?
I don't even know what that is.
Remember us talking about that though? A wet mouth kiss.
We
did talk about wet mouth.
We did, but I did not know what the hell you were talking about.
Well, I'm glad you still haven't experienced it, but that person seems like the person that, oh Lord, I don't know.
I wish his mouth was wet. Maybe that it wouldn't have been so dry. I don't know.
No, you don't want that. You want a solid mouth that's not too wet. You want a solid. You don't want a wet mouth.
I'm gonna give him another try. If his breath is bad, I'm gonna see him again because some people. Bad. Hopefully, people have their days. So if it is bad again, I know I'm gonna have to just chill out. We're not gonna be able to do it.
But the fact that you're not really into that person anyway.
And he's an attractive. I don't know.
No, I don't care. I don't care how attractive you are. If I get a soft or a harsh whiff of your breath, that's the end of it.
You know what? I think so. And he's like leaving. He's like lives in like another state, and he lives here too. So
you got you a traveling friend.
I know you lying. No, but
okay.
No, but he travels. So I'm just like, maybe I can use that as a reason to like buffer the like, no, I'm not interested, because I am looking for one thing. I told you I was celibate, right? I'm like Sella.
Are you? I was supposed to say, are you?
I am. Well, I mean, I don't have penetrative. I haven't had penetrative. No, well.
Yes. Yes.
No, okay. Well, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm having selective sex, but it's not all the way. I don't know. And then like I just can't. I don't know.
What don't you know?
You got a little dick too.
Yeah.
It's little. If he ever sees this, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
It's little. I don't use it. I don't need it. It ain't a problem for me. But it's something that I at least like to look at. Something I don't know. But then he told me he was versed. I said, nigga, I'm not versed. I tried it. I'm not. Ew.
Okay. To me, everything you just told me lets me know that that's not the person.
Yeah, he ain't it. But he really likes me a lot. And I'm just sad to be a disappointment to somebody else.
No, you're not.
I really honestly am. Because gay niggas move on. Gay niggas move quick. I ain't gonna hold you. Lesbians are the only thing that moves faster than gay men.
Really?
And the only thing that moves faster than lesbians is the speed of light.
Really?
Yes, lesbians will be cool with one another and they will be moved in by the second week.
Really?
Trust me, I know. Yeah. My straight friend got turned out by a lesbian that looked like Justin Bieber.
You know what?
And then Justin Bieber came up in that house and didn't like me. It was ridiculous.
They're still together?
I don't know. But her family did not know that she was gay because she was like, oh, I'm strictly dickly. Whoop-de-doo-de-doo.
Was she always that way, though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, why do you like this girl? And that girl came over by the house and baby had her on her back. I said, I know you fucking lying.
I cannot.
Moved in together. She didn't like me. I said, oh.
That's the whole.
That was the end of that one.
Yeah,
Good
people,
God.
other significant others, not. I don't know what that is with you, but
I don't know. How did we get over? Okay.
I don't know.
Gender roles 50-50. So, in my relationship, what I'm doing going forward, let's look at the ampersands in this situation. In the ampersands, what are the ampersands in 50-50?
I think the ampersands for me is that you can be independent and still allow.
Talking to my dick.
I think you can be.
I feel like I'm on the Breakfast Club. Talking to my
I gotta not. Okay. I think you can be
and
independent.
stop touching all over it. You making all that gong sound. Shit.
Okay. I think you can be independent, but you can also allow someone to take care of you to a certain extent or to the level of your comfortability.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah.
And I believe that you can be open to a 50-50 relationship and be open to a 70-30 or a 60-40.
What is it? How they work?
Because maybe I might be making more money one day and I have to cover more bills. Or maybe you get sick and I have to cover the bills. Because that's very true. That happened. I'm telling you, it happened in my household. I saw it. And my dad got really sick and he couldn't operate his company anymore. And he had to become a janitor after making thousands of dollars owning his own construction company. But after he had his heart situation, had a heart transplant, he couldn't work anymore. And we weren't old enough to like inherit that business and learn the trade. So he really went to being a janitor and my mom was carrying the load. So things invert when you get married. Like, but one thing I will advocate for is go to goddamn marriage counseling if you do not feel safe concerning finances. Because that's a real goddamn thing. Like, if I don't feel safe just disclosing my bank account to you or even showing it to you and we married, we got a real fucking problem.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up real quick. How do you feel about having a joint account and then two separate accounts, like an account for you, an account for your
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think that's fair for bill pay. Like, if we have a joint account for paying your bills and you have your own situation, I don't care. I am not that type of control freak to where I need to see all the funds and just bring everything to me. No. And I also don't believe in women not knowing where the money is going or knowing how to pay bills. Because there are men that take care of the household and when they get sick, the women don't know what the fuck is going on.
Really? Baby, I would kind of like to have that issue, but go ahead.
You think so?
No, I'm kidding. I mean, I would never.
That shit is handy. Men handicap women when they do shit like that. It's a power thing.
I agree. Yeah, and I couldn't. That's the thing too. I think to some degree I'd always be making my own money, no matter how much money he made. Like I couldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I remember one time talking to this girl and she was like, I want to be homeschooled and I want to have my husband take care of me. And I just know the household that I came from, my mom worked and she made her own living and she did not homeschool. And I think we're a product of our environment and what we see. So I don't, even though I want to be a provider for my significant other, I don't want to be the sole provider for that household. I don't care if I'm making $1 billion. I need your ass to be out there doing something creative that brings in some type of revenue for yourself. So if you want to buy shoes, you ain't asking me, girl, you better use your goddamn money.
I agree. I agree. And that's why I think it's important to be with somebody that has their own purpose and identity. It's not tied to me and what I do.
True.
I don't think I could be with somebody that doesn't have anything going on, or they don't know what they want to do, or they're not passionate about anything. That would suffocate me.
Would you be okay if you were dating somebody and he said, "Babe, I need $20. Can you Zelle me $20 real quick?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I saw a story in the my balls, baby. What happened? What he did?
I'm just saying.
You can use aliases. Give us a little story time.
I really don't have a story time. I just will say let me say this. Mm-hmm. I never was the girl to give guys money, but I have been in situations where I may have given like $20, $40, whatever the case may be. But that's enough time. That done changed now. I don't know that now.
If I'm dating somebody and they ask me for money too early on, I'm immediately turning.
Okay, that's the thing. Too early on, like I don't care if this person truly needed some money. I wouldn't. And we've been dating, and I know that that's my nigga. I wouldn't care.
How long?
And he's taking care of, but you got to be treating me right. You got to be treating me right. I mean, you treat me right. It's like rubbing a genie.
That's right. I feel
you treat me right now.
I just ain't trying to pay for no ties and nothing like that. Like, meet me at discount. I cannot.
No, that's a lot. No, I've never.
That's $300.
No. Tires. That's a lot. Or like, hey, my car payment. Okay, wait. Let's.
My cell phone bill, bitch.
Why no. That's especially again like we ain't met. Like shit. We need to meet me at the altar. When you leave the tire shop, meet me at the damn altar.
In my white dress.
Because that's a lot.
That's a hell of a lot.
I
just think that's a turn off. I've had relationships or encounters where they ask me for money early. I'm like, you don't have your own money? Like, don't ask me for shit.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
Yeah.
That's weird to me. And why is it $300 to get y'all nails done? I just don't get it.
Who paying $300?
I've heard women say, "Oh, I'm getting my feet done right now," and then the man zells her like $300.
I think some men just give you extra and above.
And when he get home, he wants you right on your knee. And if you don't get on your knees, you got an attitude.
And see, that's my whole thing. Like, what does he expect?
Transactional.
Yeah, it's very transactional.
Can you get with somebody that is purely like non-transactional? Like, oh, I just did it out of the kindness of my heart. I literally do not want anything from you.
Yeah, but I feel like at some point, that's two things can be true. I feel like you can do certain things out of the goodness of your heart, and you can also be in a transactional relationship. Friendships are transactional.
True.
You don't want to be in a friendship where you're always calling me and I never reach out to you.
True.
That's crazy. Or I never check on you. That'd be insane. Like, how is that a friendship?
That's true. You know, in life, everything is transactional.
It is. It is. You pay for your rent. You get housing. You pay for your car note. You get your car for that month.
You got to be a good friend to have friends. That's what the words say, ain't it?
Yeah, and even like...
Not me saying ain't it. Jesus. That's some country shit.
And you're not even country. I don't know what
I ain't
it
even
is.
that country.
I'm very country.
I'm a little country. Why y'all say ain't it?
We say a lot of things.
That's some good water. He ain't gonna want me, ain't it? I'm like, what?
Where did you hear that from?
I heard somebody said that, and I said, ain't it? That don't even go. But that's crazy.
That is crazy.
What are we talking about? Okay, so we examine the ampersands in life, and okay, so I hope y'all got some clarity from this episode. At the end of the day, we are the type of woman and man, female and male, that believe that interdependence is the way to go. Intradependence is the way to go. Where two people depend on each other, in a fair way. Equal does not mean fair. You feel me? Mm-hmm. What am I talking about?
You're talking about everything.
Okay. I want you to elaborate, because if I didn't have a word.
No, I just go back to what I said. I mean, for me, I'll always have my independence no matter how much a man does for me.
That's good.
And honestly, it'd take a lot for me to submit under that.
Under what?
Under a man just constantly doing for me. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I think if you saw his heart, though, it wouldn't bother you. If you knew that ultimately he was like, oh, baby, I got it. And it wasn't like, I got it, I want this. I got it, I want this.
But even after that, it's my heart. It's my trauma. So even after I see his heart, it's just me accepting it.
Oh, That's the word too, acceptance.
Yeah.
Can you really accept somebody showing up for you like that when you have
when it's consistent?
When it's yeah.
Yes, I can. But even then, I'm kind of like, okay, when is this?
When the ball gonna drop? Right.
I'm about to beat you back.
I think if a guy does something for over a year or two, I think that can show some type of like trust. Like if I know you're gonna just show up for me, like, and then you don't mind me showing up for you, that's healthy. You know, I want to date somebody like that don't mind treating me, and I don't mind treating them like you. What you do makes me want to one up you. Oh, you bought me a car? I'm gonna buy you a bike.
I cannot.
Because you're gonna get exercise on this bike.
I cannot.
And it don't take no gas. You get it.
I cannot.
Okay, this has been the Ampersand episode, the first episode of season 1.
Yay.
Look, we might just give it to you like this if I don't feel like editing this shit. Okay.
Oh my gosh! No, no.
And she's gonna be back again. Trust
Yeah,
and believe. So we examine the ampersands in life, and I just want this year. This is the first weekend of the year.
It is, isn't it?
It is. And I didn't go out clubbing. I didn't do a lot of bullshit this weekend. I stayed at the house actually.
Yeah, I wasn't doing too much.
You didn't do it?
Well, I worked, but
I just want this year to be easy on us. Like, Lord, give us an easy year. Nothing comes without prayer. Okay? Because baby, this year we're just gonna require some prayer. But I just want it to be easy on us, like easier than 2022. So with that being said, y'all, I want y'all to have a good day. And I hope y'all enjoyed Daphne.
I enjoyed you, Ivory.
You brought us so much joy today, girl. And I hope, let's get the subscribers up.
Yes.
Because baby, we had about 4. I want to get to the end of the year, I want at least 20.
At least 50.
At least 50?
Yeah.
That's ambitious.
No, it's not.
Okay. I was looking at 10.
No,
you just never know. I'm a work good on marketing this shit. Because I got little clips and that I'm gonna put on TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, really?
Somebody gonna hear that and be like, I know who the fuck that is. I'm like, Lord.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. I just don't want nobody knocking at my door. Okay. Knock on your door.
That was the song.
Can you give I don't even know the song that I just sung. What's the
song?
song?
Monica.
Give us a little A and B.
I don't.
You goddamn know it.
I don't.
Give us a little song before we go.
I don't.
As a benediction.
I don't have a.
You got a song in your heart. She's a singer. Sing in the mic.
No, I can't. No, my voice.
Y'all, she full of shit.
No.
Okay.
No.
But thank you so much, Daphne Joy. Thank you so much, DJ, for coming through. She is. One day she's gonna be creating her own page now.
Oh Lord.
You think you want to create a Daphne Joy situation? One of these days? No? She's like, no, get the fuck out of me. Get this mic out of my face.
Maybe.
She just be like with a big old pretty white teeth.
Maybe.
If y'all can see her, she is gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Better than half these bitches out here. Okay, yo. And that has been the end of this episode. I hope you have a good week. Bye.
Bye.
Come on now. Now don't take too much. That's derivative of the other podcast shit. We don't need no lawsuits.
Oh, you're right.
Let's do it in a different key. Let's transpose it. Okay, with that being said, bye, y'all. Shit.
Bye.
No, that's just this deal.